Hello. Good afternoon. I took some pictures around 1:34 p.m. today, which is February the 7th, 2020 in Salem, Indiana. I used my clip-on lens and pointed it toward the southern sky where the sun was, and there was clouds. But the ships, look at this clarity in these ships. I want to show you the detail. You can practically see windows in these big long ships right here. Look at this, and I will include the inverted image of this because I inverted this image, but I've shared these images to my Facebook and my Twitter, and I want to show you all also. Look at this. I don't know how they show up in my camera, and I don't need to know. I don't need to have a scientific reason because I am a spiritual person, but I feel that the only way images like this show up in detail is the place that I reach within my heart, okay? The frequency within my heart, okay? That truly is what makes this possible. So if you're wondering how can you get images like this, how can you get these type of pictures, I'm going to tell you, it has got to start in the heart, okay? Because it is the wellspring of life, okay? And yeah, that's really about all I can tell you. And I just used my iPhone 8 and my clip-on lens, but I really do. I want to show you all these. I want to share these with you all. These ships are up in the sky, in the clouds. They're in our skies all around the world, and we can't see them with our naked eye. There may be some who can. I know there's some who can. But to be able to get pictures like this, I don't know of very many people at all who are able to get this type of detail. And I'm sorry I'm showing this like this, but yeah, I thought about waiting, but I'm not going to wait. I want to share this video with you all right now, even though I haven't worked the rest of the pictures. It's the clarity and the detail of what we're looking at that is pretty amazing to me. I really do. I love it. And I don't know who these ships belong to. I really don't. I have no idea. But just look at that. They're long. They're long ships. They look like they got windows. They really do. And there could be beings in these ships. I don't think they're just remote controlled or anything like that. I really don't. So we're just going to look at these a little bit longer, this right here, and then I'm going to show you the inverted image of this ship is what I'm going to do. I'm sorry about that. So this is this picture right here, and I will work all the other photos later. Yeah, let me end this one. Okay. I had a little bit of technical difficulty. I actually was recording this picture and talking, and when I went to stop the recorder, it would not let me. I had to literally shut down my whole entire computer. So that sends the message to me that they don't want this to get out. But I'm going to talk about it. So this is the inverted image of the picture that you just now seen, and it does show some details in the background. And I don't know if this is the core of the ships and this is like the shell of it, the outer shell, or if it's a force field. What if this is the shape of the ships, like this, like that? It could be. This could be their outer core, because if you have X-ray vision, it sees through the shell of your body into the bones and stuff, the solid stuff that is there. Outside it ain't going to see your skin and stuff. It's just going to be your skeletal system. So then I would think some part of me thinks, what if that is the case here? That this is the inner makings of the ship, what's at the core of the ship, the actual solid structures, and this is like the I don't know, the background. It's just a thought. It looks like there is like a window down here, an opening also, but this is the inverted images. And if you're new here, as I was saying in the previous one, before my computer decided it wasn't going to let me stop recording, you had to reboot. I've started doing this back in June of 2018, and I wasn't getting pictures like this. I just started filming the sun, and then I saw the woman in the cloud. Yeah. So, but by the time the observatory shut down, once that happened and I captured that picture and it circulated around the world and, you know, people talking about it, the sun was being repaired and stuff. It was my photos that were used. Don't ask me how it happened. I have no idea. But then the ships started appearing more and more. But look at this. This is really interesting to me. It does, these are long, but then look at this. Is this the outer shell or something? It's quite curious. It really is, but it doesn't matter to me. I just want to share this with you to let you know that we're not alone. And there's so much going on in the sky, so much activity. Yeah. And again, these have been shared on my Facebook and my Twitter. And I was going to wait to do a YouTube video, but I thought, you know, I can do a YouTube video with the few pictures that I have worked right now, and that's what I'm doing. I'm working to share because I really do like to get this out in a timely manner for you all to see also. So that is the inverted of the previous picture. Now I'm going to pause this and go to get another picture is what I'm going to do. Okay, this is an even closer image of what you just seen. So let's zoom up on this. Let's see what we can see. We can still see, you know, hey, look at these. Look, it looks like windows and stuff. Yeah, for those of you watching and you want me to slow down, I can go slower. So yeah, I can just leave it right there and let you look for a moment about the details. And I really don't know what's happening, but I know that I actually seen what looked like one of these today in the sky, in the eastern sky. It was like long like this. Looked like two put together. I've seen them before, two of these long things put together in the clouds, but they were being cloaked by the clouds. They were in the background of it, and they weren't clouds, but yeah. So yeah, you can look at that for a moment, and then we're going to look at the inverted images. It looked like, you know, there's like squares like this. Like we're peering into the other dimension, which is really right here. It's in our skies, but these are being cloaked. It really does look like to me that it's kind of like squares right there. And I don't have the answers. I don't need to have all the answers. I really don't. I just need to share. I have a need to share. I really do. To help awaken those who may not be aware of what's going on. I was never aware. I really didn't even have an interest of what was in the sky until, you know, boom, my light flip-flopped. And then here we are looking at these pictures. So I'm going to end with this one, and I'm going to go to the inverted mode so you can see the inverted mode also. Okay, now here we have the inverted inverted mode of the picture you just got through looking at, and you can see still it has this like inner shell and the white in the background, which could be the outer shell or a force field or something. Look at that. So they are layered. They can layer themselves in the sky. They really can. And you know, it's quite possibly these ships could be like you know, our ships that we have, you know, like cities on the water, floating cities. This could be the same as those, some of the larger ones, because you can tell that this is a larger ship than this one, and this one, and this one. So I would assume they have different purposes and functions that they use than the smaller ones, okay? So they could be, I guess, I don't know, command centers or something. I'm not sure. But I know that we have like large battleships on the water. And then we have smaller ships that are with them. Okay. So yeah, that's probably the same as in the sky also. If these, well, there's no if. They are in the sky. The ships are different sizes, so they would probably have different functions, and they're part of the same group. I would assume, yeah. And I don't know who they belong to. Some say they belong to the Galactics, the Galactic Federation. Yeah, and I'm not one who channels. There are people who channel. They get messages. They say from the Galactic Federation and things like that. But you know what? There is a war. I can feel it within my spirit, and I know a lot of you all can too. There's a battle going on in the skies above, and even if with the images from the iswa.nasa.gov website with the stereo ahead, we can see all these different types of UFOs. They're just flying all over the place on there. Some are large and some are small. They have all different shapes. So there's something definitely going on, and we're not being told, and we're certainly not going to be seeing clear pictures from that. But I am thankful that we are able to use that as a reference, as a tool to help back up the photos that are shared by people from around the world, and also like these photos too. So we're going to go on to the next photo. I hope you don't mind, but yeah, I'm going to moving right along. Okay, here we have another picture of some more ships in the same photo, and if you look closely, you can see something in the background. I did lighten this picture. It was a tad bit, had more contrast to it, or whatever it was, in the ones that I posted to the Facebook and Twitter, but I just lightened the background to see if we could see what was in the background. And look at this. It makes me, what is back there, really? I want to know. But that's all right. It's all right. I don't need to know, but I know this looks kind of blurry, but yeah, that is another. It's kind of interesting back here. It's like we're looking through the veil or something. Let's see the inverted image. You see how this is like connected to. There's a line here to where there's like something added on the top of this. Because these are all different, just like the other ones. You know, we have big ships, small ships, and we have ships that have different notches. I guess they would connect in a certain way to perform another function or something like that. Yeah. So let's go look at the inverted image. Okay, now we're looking at the inverted image of the previous image, and you can see that we can see the core. That's there, and also the outer shell, what's around it or what's in the background of it, which is pretty. It's pretty neat. Yeah, this is also interesting. And if you're new to my excuse me, my YouTube and my Facebook and Twitter, I've been sharing images like this pretty heavily since. Around September is when they started showing up really well in my photos, and then in really September of 2018, and then by December of 2018, I'm telling you, there were hundreds of thousands of ships coming in. So yeah, I've been doing that since then, and there's been a slowdown at times because, you know, I have a job and stuff, a full-time job and things to take care of around the house. But yeah, so this is the inverted image of that previous picture. And we're going to go look at another picture also from that, another group of ships from that photo. Okay, well, this was another ship that was, I guess, in that group of photos. So here it is right here. I'm going to touch on this very briefly. Yeah, and we're going to go right now to the inverted mode of this picture. Okay, here we have the inverted view of the previous photo, and I'm not going to talk too much on this because it's self-explanatory. You can see while you're looking at it, but I do want to add that these ships, you can see the notches in these ships. And by the way, if you go through my YouTube videos, I have these big ships. They're like big yellow ships or white ships, and you can see these notches perfect. And I do believe that they have the ability to connect to one another, just like Legos of different sizes. You can make something really big with the Legos. I think these ships are quite similar to that in nature. Okay, now we have the main area of the photo where those previous pictures came from. Right here, and you can see that there are a lot of ships, and we've got this great big orb of a mother ship Yeah, but let's just look at this. This is about as close as I can zoom up with my pictures. This clearly would be a mothership right here. And these are, I would assume, the ships beneath them. But let's look here, no, I don't Photoshop or anything like that. I edit my pictures with the tools on there that have the contrast, the light, or the brightness and stuff like that, black point. But these are in my photos. They show up in my photos. I don't know how they show up, but they show up, and I'm thankful. And I do think it starts with the frequency within my heart. So this is the section of the photo where you saw the other ones, and we can do this right here. You can see, yeah, they're out there. And again, I really don't believe that there are other people who are showing photos just like this. I haven't seen them yet. I know I've seen some that have, they can pick some up. I have been seeing people recently starting to pick some of these up in their photos, which I am very thankful for. I really am. And they are picking up some rainbow ships also. Yeah, so I think the more people actually are starting to wake up. But this is the main photo section of the photo. Yeah. And there is more to the photo, but I really, oh, look at this. You got two big ones, and I'm going to say it again. I believe that they connect to one another, and they can make themselves really long also, real long. So we're going to look at, is that a being on top of here? Look at this. I want to screenshot that while you're all watching me. And I'm going to stop this video because I'm going to zoom up and see if that is a being right there. I hope you don't mind. Okay, here we are. I can't really see a being in this picture. I can't. So I just like kind of cropped out that section of the picture, but you can see the ships, some more detail of the ships. You can see that they are hidden behind something in the, probably the dimension. Yeah. Look, this looks like they're docking on one another right there. It really does. This long ship is connecting with this ship. And if you look, it has the same shape. Okay, see this like this. It's straight across. Then it actually goes up like that and out. And this is like, this one like this is one of these upside down. So it's going like that. It's dipping down and it's connecting to this one. That's what it looks like to me. They have flip-flopped. They really have. Because they all have this, they have the same dip like to them, to where they can connect to one another down there like that. Boom. I believe they're connecting with the notches within them. I really do. It may not be the exact thing, but it starts off like that. So that's pretty interesting. And then we're going to look at the inverted image of the main photo. This, which would be this photo in its entirety right here. So let's get to that right now and be getting ready to end this video. It's getting a little long. Okay, now we're looking at the main inverted image of that photo itself, that section of the photo. So let's look at this. Look, we can see all kinds of ships and all kinds of notches on them for connecting and stuff. You know, they could even, you know how like on some of our ships we have, I don't know, our gun ship, the gun part of the ships, they come up from the floor of the ship, the things open up and they come out. These ships probably have things like that also on them for some type of reason. You know, if there's a war going on, I think they're probably using some kind of weapon up there. I really do. So let's look at this in a little bit more detail. And I just want to say thank you for all your kind comments that you leave on the YouTube. And I don't really get to answer. I don't get to answer all of them, and I don't get to see all of them. But I am thankful for you taking an interest in what I am sharing, because it is important, because we are not alone. Okay, we are not alone. And I think this is quite evident to everyone. You don't even have to see these pictures to realize that we're not alone, that there is something more going on in the skies above than what we're being told. And you know, it could be because they don't want to cause panic within the population. You know, it's pretty cool looking at that. I think it really is pretty cool looking at these ships like this. Let's just look at it for a moment. Yeah, it is exciting to me also. It really is to see that. And I would like to point out how they have this, like, it looks like an outer shell around them. Could be a force field, could be a cloaking. Let's look at this. Okay, so what if it was a cloud? The cloud, this is the cloud, and this is the core. This is them with the cloud cloaking technology. That way we wouldn't be able to see them in the sky, because I know they cloak with the clouds. They really do. So, yeah, and you know, we've seen clouds that have been layered in the sky, like this, going in this angle, and they're all long like this. Some that are white, and then some, whether we're going to have bad weather, then they turn dark. So yeah, so just picture that could be clouds surrounding them. It really could be, and I'm very serious because they're in the skies, and the clouds do line up. And I never did see that type of cloud structure before in the sky until recently, within the past few years. Yeah, so let's look at that. Is that not neat? It's so neat to me to see these ships with their notches in them, because it does remind me of Legos, but they're much bigger than Legos. They are, yeah, so it is interesting to look at. It's very, very interesting. Let me see if I can go back, if it would let me go back to the next page. No, it's not going to let me, so I guess I don't need to, but I just want to say thank you. Thank you for your encouragement, because it means a lot to me, and it really does gives me the courage to keep going. And thank you for your prayers, your positive thoughts. Thank you for sending light and love toward me, and just keeping me in your thoughts, because this isn't easy for me at times. It really isn't, and finding the time to do it it's kind of hard to find the time at times, but I do have the time now, and I'm just thankful. And again, everything starts with the heart, okay? With the heart, with the love frequency within your heart. All things are possible, okay? You've got to believe, okay? You really do. And really, you'll feel a lot better if you just can get to that point of peace within your being. You really can. Well, I think that's going to be it for me, and I'm going to end this video so that I can try to start the upload process to the YouTube. Quite possibly I can upload this to the Facebook. It won't fit on the Twitter because it's too long, but maybe I can share a link from my YouTube to the Twitter, which would be great. Okay, well, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'm going to try to work those pictures later. If I don't feel at that place within my spirit to work the pictures, then I can't work them. That's really how it is. Like I had to be within that space within my being to take the picture and the ship show up. So it's all about the frequency within the individual. It really is. Well, have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Let's end this video right here. We're going to push this little button,